All right, we'll go ahead and get started here. Good evening, Belvedere North parents and students. I'm Jim Friesma. I am the principal of Belvedere North High School. It's great to have everyone here tonight. We're so excited to start the school year after what has been a long summer. Just want to start by saying thank you to all of the parents and students and staff who've been so welcoming to myself and my family over the last 2 months. Before jumping into the details of the upcoming school year, I want to take a moment to recognize a few of Belvedere North's great accomplishments during the 2019-2020 school year. One thing that I've learned is that our students have numerous extracurricular opportunities. I highlight a few of the many groups last year. Best Buddies Ski Club in DECA, which went to Cascade Mountain and had a fun day of tubing and skiing. We also had Z Club, which had the opportunity to go to iFly. And then we also have Belvedere North Scholastic Bowl team, which won regional championship. And the Rolling Thunder also have a first place snow sculpting team. Belvedere North also excelled last year in athletics, as both our boys and girls cross country team won conference titles last year. After winning the Nick 10 championship, our girls volleyball team went on to win sectional championship as well. And finally, our co-ed cheer team finished second in the state of Illinois. These are just a few of the many accomplishments of our students and staff that I wanted to share. I feel lucky to be principal of a school with history of greatness, and I believe Belvedere North provides excellent opportunities for our students. Now, in looking ahead to the 2021 school year, I have some prepared remarks and information to share. And for those of you in the Zoom room itself, you're able to ask questions directly in the chat box that I can answer at the end of the presentation. For those of you watching on YouTube or a playback of this at a later date, I invite you to email me at jfriesma@district100.com or call me at 815-544-2636 with any questions. One of the unfortunate impacts of this new virus is the difficulty school districts across the country have not only in opening their doors safely, but in confidently providing a consistent and reliable experience. Our school board voted to start school remotely this year, I think with the overall health of students in mind. We're hoping to be able to provide in-person instruction as the year goes on, but today I'm going to focus on what school will look like in our initial remote environment. We joined over 200 other school districts in the state to begin school remotely. These districts range from Carterville in southern Illinois to Decatur in central Illinois, all the way up to Wisconsin border with our neighbors North Boone School District. The large majority of students in Illinois will be starting their year in a remote setting. I know this is all new, uncharted territory that we are trying to work through, and we're going to keep working through it this year. One reason I think our kids love school is because it's a place that's designed for them. We hope to still provide a loving, supportive learning environment for them with our enhanced remote learning this year. What we've done to get ready for we've done a lot to get ready for what's coming up. We've increased the amount of training teachers are getting by 5 times this month. All of our kindergarten through 12th graders are receiving a Chromebook to use for their learning. Our teachers will be providing live, interactive, and real-time instruction throughout the week with video conferencing tools. And we've set aside additional time each week for teachers to contact families like you to help support your needs at home. Here are some important points for the upcoming school year to know. First, we are taking attendance every day. This is a state requirement that was waived in the spring, but has been reinstated this year. Some parents ask, what will happen if their child cannot log on during the day? The answer is the same that would happen if a student didn't come to school. They'd be marked absent, but the teacher will provide resources for them to make up learning on their own time. In many cases, this means the teacher will be recording their real-time lessons for parents to review with their child after. In a proficiency-based environment, attendance doesn't directly impact a grade, but most students will have the best experience and families will benefit most from their teacher's knowledge and skill if the child is able to interact and receive daily support directly from the teacher. Second, grading will happen this year. Last spring, we were actually directed by the state not to harm children's grades after March 13th. This year, that has also changed and regular grading practices will continue because the district has been shifting to a grading environment that rewards skill attainment and not seat time, I believe we are set up for a more equitable system and can focus on the most essential skills. The students will be graded on whether they are competent in those most essential skills. Third, families should expect that students will spend about 5 hours each day learning in a remote environment. Schools traditionally have schedules, and our enhanced remote learning plans have schedules built into them. The schedule is also created for deep learning, as students will only focus on a total of 4 classes first semester, 3 classes second semester, instead of having to balance 7 classes at a time. High school students will have 4 periods each day with a lunch break in the middle. Their periods are 75 minutes long and will start and close with real-time whole class meetings and instruction. Teachers will be available to coach and support students virtually during the class period, as students maneuver through projects, readings, videos, and assignments, much like they would in a normal classroom. The full schedule for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday looks like this. Students will have 10 minutes between block periods and 45 minutes for lunch. 1 day a week, students are given independent work to do for their classes and subjects, while teachers have what we are going to call a conference day. This day has time allocated for teachers to reach out to parents and students to answer questions, provide support, and communicate progress. Last spring, communication from the teacher was really important, part of what parents said they needed. Our conference day will usually be on Wednesday, and our first one will be September 16th. To find out where your child's teacher is posting their lessons, visit the school website and click on remote learning. It's the gray button right where the red arrow is pointing to. On the next page, you will find all of the teachers organized by their department. When you select your teacher's name and class period, it will take you to their syllabus. All of the syllabi for the school have been the same format, so it's easy for students and parents to find the information they're looking for. At the top, you will see the contact information for the teacher, as well as a welcome back video. Underneath that, you will see an overview of the course and the standards they will hit. Below that, you will see the directions to get into their Google Meets, as well as a phone number for attendance and directions to schedule a conference with the teacher. On the second page, you'll find all of the links to get into the learning management system, gradebook, or other tech tools they may need. One thing that we learned last year is that these pages became difficult to navigate as they're constantly updated. The good news is that this page will remain the same for the entire semester and allows you to be one click away from anywhere you need to be for their class. I briefly want to touch on Empower, which is a new learning management system that many students will be exposed to this year. Our high school is 1 year away from a full proficiency-based report card. We are transitioning from a traditional point-based system where the 100-point scale can sometimes hide deficiencies, as it does in this example, where a student earns 92% of possible points, receives an A, but leaves the class with a large gap in learning, as this section in the bottom right represents. The proficiency-based grading system with the same student allows teacher, student, and parent to clearly see where the student is excelling and struggling, giving us the opportunity to provide support more quickly and precisely than previously possible. The Empower system is made for reporting on skills rather than percentages. We look forward to supporting students and families and growing their familiarity with this powerful resource. Looking ahead to the next 2 weeks, we have a number of important dates on the calendar. September 2nd and 3rd will be our supply pickup days. Families should enter the student parking lot off Scholar Prairie. This will be a drive-through format, and families should plan on 15 to 30 minutes for the process. On September 4th, teachers will be sending a brief welcome email to their students, which will include how students should log in and access their first real-time morning meeting on Tuesday. September 8th, we welcome our students to the first official start of the 2021 school year. Throughout that first week, students will receive important training on how our school structure to help build their confidence for a successful year. One thing I want to emphasize this year is student ownership of learning. This will be an emphasis this school year, as students will be working from home to start the school year. The most important part of this is students advocating for what they need. Last week as a staff, we discussed pushing our students with empathy. We're going to push them to continue to learn at high levels, but also recognize that they're attending school in a new environment that may not be as conducive to learning. We will not be able to observe students in class to help identify their needs. Therefore, it is important that students communicate what their needs are with their teachers and counselors. We'll work together to meet their needs. Next, student privacy is important. This year, all of our student assignments and video interactions are done behind a safety wall in a login-based password-protected system. Last year, because of everything happening so quickly, we kept most of our assignments public so parents could easily access them and help. You can still help and support, but you'll need to make sure your child logs in to see the assignments and supports. Next, let's talk about remote learning etiquette. To start, when students are in their real-time instruction videos, if at all possible, we'd ask that parents do not join the class and be in the picture. We don't usually have parents or younger siblings walking in and out of the classrooms, so please refrain from doing so with your child. While I'm talking about who shows up on screens, I should mention it's important to recognize what shows up on your child's screen. I would recommend having a dedicated place where your child can work from every day, and then figure out what's going to be viewable from the webcam at that place. It is important that we are aware of our surroundings on camera. Another thing I would suggest is that students get ready for school like they normally would. They should brush their teeth, get dressed, comb their hair, all the stuff you normally have them do before they leave for school. Have them do it before they turn on their computer. One more thing I'll mention is that you should definitely sit down before school starts and talk directly with your child about their expectations for the year. Ask them what they're worried about, what they're excited about, and how you can support them. I would actually do that every week if you can during this remote learning period. We do this all the time in school. We ask kids how they are doing and how we can help them. All of our children deserve to know there are adults who love them and are dedicated to their success. They need you more than ever this year. Before leaving you tonight, I want to share a story of something that happened last spring during remote learning that has given me confidence in Belvedere North students and staff. Last spring, Belvedere North had 133 students signed up and committed to taking the AP test, which is overseen by College Board. With the test less than 2 months away, College Board told students that they would now take their test at home. All tests would be taken online instead of a paper pencil format. College Board also stated that they would send Belvedere North students an email explaining the technology requirements, and students would have to set up their own lockdown browsers and submit their tests in a way that has never been done before. Finally, if students didn't feel comfortable with the new testing format, they could withdraw from taking the test free of charge. Rather than backing out, Belvedere North students accepted the challenge. The staff committed to supporting each student through navigating the new testing criteria, and I'm proud to say that Belvedere North students took the most AP tests in the history of the school, with a total of 272 tests taken last spring. Belvedere North students also performed better on these tests than ever before. 133 of the tests had a score of 3 or better, which means that they would transfer to State University as college credit. We also had a pass rate of 49%, which are both all-time highs for Belvedere North High School. I've been absolutely blown away during the last week and a half of working with our teachers. The hard work and determination in preparing for the upcoming school year has been admirable, as they have had to change their mindset and learn all new teaching practices to be able to lead a virtual classroom. I have no doubt that the students, staff, parents, and community will continue to work together to overcome any obstacles that arise this school year in order for our students to continue to learn at high levels. I'm glad that you joined me tonight, and thank you for letting me share some of these thoughts. You can take some time right now to log off of this meeting and see an introductory video from your child's teacher by visiting bnhs.district100.com and clicking on remote learning. It's the gray button right where the arrow is pointing to. If you have any questions right now, please go ahead and put them in the chat and I'll try to answer them. If they are specific to your child's class, you may want to wait and see how the first few days go and then reach out to your child's teacher if you still aren't sure. With that, let me go ahead and open up the chat here. And feel free to ask any questions. Here we go. So as far as for the supply pickup, there are some supplies that are course specific and also some textbooks that are course specific that you will have an opportunity to come pick up that day. There will be something for all students, even if it's just some general information. But yeah, that's what the supplies are for. So student login, so yeah, that information will go ahead and be in the packet that you'll pick up at supply pickup. It's the same one that they use in order to get into their Chromebook. Extracurricular activities, yes. So those will have an opportunity to go ahead and meet. I believe during the week of the 16th, we will be sending out something to students just to gauge, like it'll be an overview of what the different extracurricular activities are. And then it will allow them to check whichever ones they're interested in. We'll give that list to the advisors who can then go ahead and send them an update. So that is the plan right there for extracurricular activities. Some people are asking about Chromebooks. Yes, you can go ahead and use the same Chromebook from last year as a plan. Even if they're in 8th grade, they'll be using the same one as as they used last year. If your child is in the SPED program and will be in attendance, do we need to do supply pickup? We will have some things for them, even if they are coming in attendance. But yeah, otherwise they can go ahead and pick those up on the first day of school. They'll be getting those. So that's a really good question, Rachel. Sherry, so all students come for supply pickup regardless of whether or not they've been notified to do so. Yep, all students should be coming for supply pickup. We do have something for everybody. I will go back to the second to last slide about the website that is listed at the top there. How do parents get grading so we know what we are doing eSchool? So for grading, the progress reports and the final test or the final semester grades will be put into eSchool. So that will still happen there. But as far as tracking student individual progress, that will happen through Empower. So we'll be learning the Empower system this year, but just because we have to transfer it back onto our transcripts, the final grade report card will look the same. Pickup times are going to be 8 to 4 tomorrow, and then 10 to 6 on, what's the day after tomorrow, Thursday? Yeah, 10 to 6 on Thursday. The YouTube stream, that's if there were more than 100 people that tried to come into this, then they're redirected to YouTube. So that's just basically recording this because Zoom only has a maximum amount of 100 people who come in at a time. Thank you, and thank you to everybody, who's gone ahead and shared the thank you with me of the time. Yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to continue asking them. All teachers required to post grades, updates, and Empower. They will be doing that for one class this fall. So yeah, that will be something that is specific on the syllabus. So Deborah, if you weren't redirected at all, that means you're one of the first 100 in here. About the band and the percussion instruments. So yeah, we will be handing out some instruments tomorrow. If it is not ready tomorrow, feel free to reach out to Mr. Wolfram, and he will be able to, he'll be able to set up a pickup time or make sure it's out there. But yeah, we will be handing out band instruments tomorrow. Counselors, counselors are available. I'd recommend just emailing them, and they have gone ahead and been pretty responsive as far as replying to those. So email the counselors if you have any questions about schedules. Yes, this is being recorded right now. So Dawn, with it being during the day, we are allowing people to come whenever. So it is not split up by alpha because we would just know that different people have to work at different times. So people can come whenever. With that being said, there might be rushes at different times. So yeah, that's just one thing to go ahead and keep in mind, that there might be rushes at different times, but yes, you can go ahead and come anytime on those 2 days. So after this, the YouTube video will be complete, and then I can go ahead and post it to Facebook. And yeah, I'll probably have to do that tomorrow morning because it takes some time for it to go ahead and finalize. Then I will put that up there. So somebody asked, will AP tests be taken early since the block schedules? Some classes will finish in first semester. So College Board is the one who sets the AP test dates. So all of the tests will happen in the spring. So with students going ahead and taking the classes in the fall, what we've got set up, and you'll notice this, is that extra 8th period during second semester, which is intervention. So AP teachers will be able to provide test prep and specific test prep throughout second semester for first semester classes. So I'm actually pretty excited about that because I know many times they feel very crammed to get everything done before the test date, but this way they'll have everything done and then they can continue supporting those AP students in that way. Students can come without a parent. Yep, students can definitely come without a parent. And yes, 504 plans, IEPs, those are still in effect. They obviously may look a little bit different. And you can go ahead and just reach out to your case manager if you have questions about that. How will I know if my children meet academic eligibility for cross country and golf? So we're still running weekly eligibility, just as an FYI on that. So we are running weekly eligibility, so that'll be communicated, yeah, with the coach and with your child. So if you are having an issue with technical difficulties, right, the main thing is communicating with the teacher. If it's an ongoing technical issue that you're having as far as getting into the class, reach out to the school. We've been reaching out to families over the last week, those who may have an issue with internet access. Reach out to the school, and we have some options here, and our secretaries will definitely help you if it's an ongoing technical issue. But if it's a one-time thing, just make sure to communicate with the teacher. And that's why teachers are going ahead and providing those lessons and stuff for afterwards as well. So I guess if they miss a class because of technical issues, it's just like missing a class, and yeah, just help with the teacher and see what was missed. Well, I appreciate everybody going ahead and logging in. Feel free to continue reaching out if you have any questions that may come up or anything else that you think of after the fact. And I'll definitely try to answer that as quick as possible. Other than that, I hope everybody has a nice night and a safe Labor Day weekend, and enjoy that time with your family. And I look forward to not only seeing you in the next couple of days, but also going ahead and our students getting back to learning starting next week. So I will go ahead and end this, and I'll share it. And other than that, I hope everyone else has a good night.